Last week we talked about some strategies to use when you're feeling stuck in your writing. This week I want to talk about what to do when those 3 strategies, goals, deadlines, and accountability, still aren't enough to push you over that hump. In these situations, I think it's extremely helpful to try to figure out why you're stuck if you can, because for each reason there's going to be a different kind of solution. Obviously, in a 3 or 4 minute video, I can't cover every possible reason for stuckitude, but I can cover some of the ones that I've experienced and some of the ones that I think are pretty common. First, there might be a problem with the story itself. Maybe you've been heading towards the wrong ending, or maybe you've been trying to tell it through the wrong point of view or in the wrong tense. Maybe the setting's wrong. Maybe there's a plot hole that you need to address before you can move forward. The key here is to just really sit back and evaluate your story, because sometimes that stuck feeling is trying to tell you that you're going in the wrong direction and that you need to reassess. An easy way to do this is to start listing what ifs and to list as many as you can possibly think of. Even if you don't think you'll use it, write it down anyways. Things like, what if I deleted this character? What if the genre changed? What if everybody dies at the end? And then once you've got that list of what ifs, evaluate them. Assess each and every single one of them. Think about what it could mean for your story if you think it would help fix whatever problem you're having, and go from there. With this particular problem, when there's something wrong with the story, it's going to take time and it's going to take work, but I promise you'll be able to get through it. Second, and some of you workaholics out there are not going to want to hear this, I know, you might need a break. Sometimes, especially when you've been working on the same project for a long time, you need to step away for a bit. In this case, it doesn't matter how many goals or deadlines you set or how long you sit at your computer staring, willing the words to come. Your brain is tired, and that's okay. So take a break, maybe just for the day, maybe longer, but do something else for a little while. Think about something else for a little while. Go for a walk, or take yourself to the movies, or read a book. Now the key with this though is to not just do something else, but to let yourself not feel guilty about doing something else, because I promise you, your work is still gonna be there when you get back. And I'd be willing to bet your subconscious has done a bit of the work for you while you've been away. And finally, this is my least favorite, and also something I'm currently going through right now again, is when you simply cannot write. Maybe you just finished a major project, maybe you've lost all motivation for your current project and you don't know why. Maybe life just sucks right now and that's bleeding into your writing life too. The reason underlying this particularly potent form of stuck is going to matter to a certain extent just because it's good for you to know, but it's not something I'm going to be able to tell you because I'm not psychic, and also it shouldn't matter so much because hopefully what I'm going to suggest will help you regardless. I found when this happens to me, and it happens with disturbing frequency, the best thing I can do is to write anything. And I mean literally anything. And this is where prompts are your best friends. It really doesn't matter what it is. You can pick a random word from a dictionary, or use the first line of a song you like, or come up with a phrase, or turn the TV on and steal a piece of dialogue and go based off of that. But what I want you to do is, once you have a prompt, is to write the first thing that comes to mind, and don't stop writing until you completely exhausted the topic. And then once you've exhausted that first prompt, do another, and then do another, and then do another after that. It's a particularly freeing exercise, especially for somebody like me, where I always want to be working on something specific. I want to feel like I'm moving forward, and it can feel a bit pointless to just let myself play, but what this is going to do is it's going to remind you of why writing is fun, and that reminder tends to be critical for me to be able to get past that block. I hope something I suggested has been helpful, but if you only take one thing away from this video, just remember, you can do this. You've totally got this. I promise.